Let's start with the curious and slowly work our way towards the uncompilable. The operating system. For most, it is just a window to the internet, but for a select few, it is a religion. The descent into Linux is not just about software, it is about control. It starts with wanting to escape the tyranny of Microsoft, but it ends with you alone in a dark room compiling your own web browser because you don't trust the binary. From the Ubuntu tourist to the kernel panic shaman, here are the 7 levels of a Linux user. Level 1. The dual booter, Ubuntu or Mint. Level 1 is the dip your toes in phase. You are the tourist. You got tired of Windows updates restarting your PC during a game, so you installed Linux Mint or Ubuntu. You're still clinging to your safety net though. You dual boot because you're terrified of commitment. You spend 90% of your time trying to figure out why your Wi-Fi driver isn't working and why you can't play League of Legends. You tell your friends it's actually really user-friendly, while frantically typing sudo commands you found on a forum from 2014, praying you don't delete your hard drive. Level 2. The Distro Hopper. The identity crisis. You realize Ubuntu is for noobs, so you start looking for something cooler. You don't actually use your computer anymore, you just install different versions of Linux on it. One week you're on Fedora, the next Manjaro. You're obsessed with ricing, making your desktop look like a cyberpunk anime spaceship. You spend 12 hours customizing your icons and 0 hours doing actual work. You treat operating systems like fashion accessories. You're searching for the perfect setup, not realizing the problem isn't the OS. The problem is you. Level 3. The Arch user. I use Arch, by the way. The meme. The supremacist. You have successfully installed Arch Linux. You had to read a wiki manual to do it, and now you believe you are a computer god. This is where the superiority complex begins. You uninstall your mouse because mice are inefficient. You live in the terminal. If someone asks for computer help, you scoff and tell them to read the manual. You compulsively type neofetch every 15 minutes just to remind yourself that you are better than everyone else. You have joined the cult. There is no turning back. Level 4. The Tiling Window Manager Cult. Level 4 is the efficiency fetishist. You realize that desktop environments are bloat. You switch to a tiling window manager like i3 or Sway. You memorize 400 keyboard shortcuts. You convince yourself that you are saving milliseconds every time you open a window. You spend 40 hours writing a config script to save yourself 3 seconds of typing. You call this productivity. Your screen looks like the Matrix code, and your family is now officially scared to touch your computer. Level 5. The Gentoo Masochist. Level 5 is the compiler. Binary packages are for the weak. You want purity. You switch to Gentoo. You don't just install a web browser, you compile it from the source code. You leave your computer running for 3 days straight just to install Firefox, all because you wanted to disable printing support to save 4 megabytes of RAM. You obsess over use flags. You despise bloat. You look at a 50 KB file and think, I can optimize this. You are suffering, but you tell yourself it's for performance. Level 6. The FOSS Zealot, the RMS disciple. Level 6 is the moral ground. It's no longer about technology, it's about ethics. You refuse to run any proprietary software. No Steam, no Discord, no Spotify. If the code isn't free, it is malware. You use an ancient ThinkPad because it's the only one that supports LibreBoot. You browse the internet using a text-only browser. You communicate via encrypted IRC channels. You have cut yourself off from 99% of modern society because you refuse to agree to a terms of service. You are free, but you are very, very lonely. Level 7. The Void. Everything is a file. You have transcended the need for a user interface. You speak directly to the hardware. You are writing your own drivers in C. You realize that graphical interfaces are a lie, designed to placate the masses. You see the world in file descriptors and permissions. You don't see a monitor, you see dev/video/0. You don't have friends, you have disconnected sockets. You have merged with the machine. You have achieved total system control. But when you stare into the dev null stares back. Sudo shutdown -h now.